Alright, today for this video we're going to start cutting apart some motorcycle parts and build some wall art for our kitchen. So I got this old motorcycle frame I've had kicking around. I got some cool chopper parts laying out here that I'm going to basically cut everything in half and then mount it to a chunk of live edge, ash or oak or something, I don't know what it is. And then all of that is going to hang up in the kitchen. And it's going to look super cool. So let's get into it. Think about our next move here for a minute. Alright, so we've cut most of the frame in half, but now we've got a couple spots that the grinder will not reach. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to navigate that. And unfortunately, I think it's going to result in using a sawzall and butchering this thing in half. So I'll have a look at where we're at so far. So we've cut all of this. This is all cut in half. Got all that cut in half. Where we're struggling is right in here. The mini grinder will not, the blade's just not thick enough. And then we got to figure out what to do with these gussets. So my thinking is that we're just going to cut these gussets out, get rid of them, and then that'll allow us to either sawzall or plasma cut this inside here. We got the outside of this cut here, easy enough, but we can't quite reach in here. And the backbone is cut right down, and then up under here it's cut to about here, so we have to cut the rest of that. So we're going to think on this for a minute. So we got plasma going. We're gonna cut these out with plasma cutter and probably try and finish as many cuts as we can with this. We'll see how it goes. I don't like using it as much because it's a little more butchering, but whatever, we're ruining this frame anyway. Is that the right word? Butchering? Butchering this frame. Alright, watch your eyes, Landon. Watch your eyes, Callie. I think I got my arm hair.
Don't they?
Oh yeah, 100% got my arm hair. Okay, so we got half the frame done, or the frame cut in half. Now we're going to start cutting these other parts in half that are going to make up the skeleton of this specific part, quote unquote. So for this, we're going to do a little bit of a layout because it's got to be somewhat decent. So before I go and cut this tank in half, I'm going to show you a little bit of this tank here that we're going to use. Get my camera off. No. So this here tank is an old 70s coffin style design that I started building for a project and never ended up using it. Kind of a cool prism tank, but not that weird kind of giant coffin-y look that a lot of them look like. This one's kind of a little smaller, little neater design. And we're gonna cut this in half because I never ended up using it. It's just sitting on the shelf doing nothing. Okay, now I'm gonna ruin it. Shane's parts stash. I'm not gonna cut it in half. Yet. Old shitty sissy bar. Cut it in half. Starting to get the idea? I don't know if I use a sissy bar or not, but whatever. I'll look this off and place it or something. Some manufacturer insignia there, but hard to read now. Okay, well, got a little bit of a seat going on. Look and see what we got put together so far. I kind of decide on wheels. We got some wheels picked out of the part stash, but so this is what we got so far for our wall art. I got this front wheel that I had kicking around. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something with that. And then we got this back wheel over here. Just a waist 16-inch stock wheel off of NFL or something. But I think this is a good start. I think our next move is going to be to dig out a chunk of live edge wood we got stashed over here, sand that down, and start mounting this shit to it. Okay, so we got this chunk of live edge. I think it's, I don't even know what it is. White oak maybe, I have no idea. Bought a whole stack of these off of a local sawmill. So this is what we're going to be mounting our art project on. Right now, as you can see, it's just rough sawn. It's a little punky on the edges, so we're going to sand that down. We're going to run a planer over it to bring it up nice, and then we're going to give it a coat of probably dark stain and clear coat to seal it all up. It's got a big split here that we'll have to reinforce. A couple chainsaw wounds, no big deal, gives it character. So we'll work through that process. Take these up accordingly. Passes with that, and it's looking good. We'll get this out of the way, and then we'll just hit it with the sander quick, and it's basically ready for staining. We don't want to make it too perfect because we want that rough, rustic aesthetic to kind of play through in this. You want to get your sander and start out? You start on one side, I'll start on the other.
Okay.
it there for a little minute because it got a little dusty and I didn't want to wreck our camera equipment. So we've got this plank sanded down to where we're happy with it. Still a little bit rough. You see in the video I ran over the edge a bit with the wire brush, and that's just to bring up the kind of somewhat rotten grain on the outside edge of this board. And then you'll see once we put the clear coat and the stain on it, it gives it kind of a cool look. We use these planks a lot in different parts of the house, like we make desks and shelves. Our kitchen shelves are all made out of this stuff, so it'll fit in real nice. But I think that bike's gonna look good mounted to that. So we're gonna do a quick cleanup and then we're gonna continue. Okay, so we kind of got this thing mocked up now. We know what we're looking for, we know what we're gonna do, we got a plan. We decided not to go with those other wheels because they're way too heavy. I had these kicking around, so we're gonna use those instead. Just outer hubs. Clean those up. Clean the chrome up. We're gonna weld all this stuff together. Then we're gonna mount it to the wood, and then we'll start cleaning it all up, getting it ready for paint. Alright, so now we're figuring out how we're going to mount it. We decided that we're going to weld bolts to everything and bolt it through the chunk of wood. So we're going to lay that out now. here on there. Got a coat of black paint on all of this stuff. Painted the inside of the rims just so they weren't so nasty looking. We'll repolish the outside with some metal polish once all this dries, and when we go to do final assembly. That's basically where we're at so far. What do you think, Kelly? Yeah? Okay, so you can see here on the back side that we've countersunk our bolts so that this will all lay flush against the wall.